Welcome to This Month at Bethel. I am Jennifer Johnson, actually Bethel Lutheran Church in Noblesville, Indiana. I'm Jennifer Johnson. I'm Jennifer to the Rescue, and you can check out my website at jennifertotherescue.com. And we just want to, before we start, and it is November, so there's a lot of stuff going on at Bethel Lutheran Church. Before we start, we do want to say thank you to Logan Street Signs and Banners for being our, and Noblesville Trophies for being our wonderful, generous sponsors of this show every month. And we thank you very much for those of you checking in, checking us out, and hopefully you'll learn something you didn't know. We have Susie here.
Patterson.
I was going to say Patton. Why was I going to say should have probably checked on that before the show started, shouldn't I? Oh my goodness. But Susie Patterson, do you have a title at Bethel?
I'm the longest, most underpaid volunteer that we have.
Oh, okay, there you go. I thought that was your husband's title. No, he gets paid, doesn't he?
He gets paid, that's right.
Yes, but you guys are very active in Bethel.
Otherwise known as KU.
Yeah. I know Susie and John you guys have been busy with Bethel for years, and we're very blessed to have you. There's no question. I do go to Bethel Lutheran Church, so I'm very happy to be able to say we've been members for quite a few years, more years than we realize. How long have you been?
About 19, 20, something like that.
Okay, so right after we
moved.
And that was kind of our thing too, because Bethel Lutheran Church, where is it located?
206 in Cumberland, 20650 Cumberland.
Okay, so when you're going north on Cumberland, you come up to the corner there, 206, and it sits there, big, beautiful steeple, beautiful, and now it's got the Peace Trail, and it's got
the Peace Trail is awesome.
Just all kinds, and we've talked about that. Leanne Burrow usually has been here many times, and we are always talking about what's going on. I know you've got a lot to catch us up on, but tell me, Susie, let's see, you guys started, was there a reason that you went to Bethel?
Well, my husband and I live in Carmel.
Okay.
And we were going to church over in Geist. And I had two sons who needed to do confirmation, which meant driving at night from Geist to Carmel. There is no easy way. There still is no easy way to get there. So we decided to church shop. And we just went from one church to another, and then we talked to Doug Given, who was the intern over there at the Geist Church, and he suggested that we try Bethel before we go anywhere else. And we walked in the door that first day after church and discovered it was home.
Oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, and they've been there for now almost, 19, 20 years. Wow. Yeah. Good for you. So you have now your sons have grown.
Oh, yes.
They're gone.
Oh, they're gone.
No.
Yeah, my oldest one just turned 40.
Okay.
Like, oh my gosh. I get younger the older my sons get.
That's what happens to all of us. Sure, that's it. Well, we are glad that you're here today because I know you're going to share with us what's going on at Bethel Lutheran Church. And this is in Noblesville. You can check out BethelLutheranChurch.com. Obviously, it's on the screen right now. You probably might get Susie. You do answer a lot of phones.
Yes.
Not right at the moment. She's here. But you do know what's going on, too. So where do you start in November? There's so much going on.
So much, yes. The first thing is, I think the most important thing is the Christmas Child. This is run by Samaritan's Purse. And we have a goal. We have set ourselves a goal to give out and bring back 150 boxes. And it's in honor of Diana High School, who just passed away a couple weeks ago. Yes. And the boxes went within, 5 days. They were all taken. There's a website on the internet that you can plug into Christmas Child to get your mailing label, whatever. It costs $9 to mail one of these to wherever they're going to go, right? But you just fill it with all sorts of neat things, nothing liquid, but just neat things. This is such a wonderful thing because so many kids all over the world don't have Christmas. They don't get it to open a present, Right. This is awesome for them. It really is. And makes us feel good, too.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, 150, and how many did we do did the church do last year? Do you know?
I think 100, about 130, 132.
So always kind of, and they all went, and I'm just a real So was Diana involved in the Christmas Child, or?
Yes, she actually started it at,
Okay.
at Bethel.
Okay, because I know it's been a campaign that's been going on
Right.
for a couple of years. I didn't know if she was the originator. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is something. And within this box, if they get one of these boxes, there are instructions.
The instructions are in there. That's correct. And they like to have it stuffed to the gills, so we have to tape it down.
Okay.
Just things like coloring books and crayons and bubbles if they're in a plastic container kind of thing. Socks. I mean, underwear. You just don't think of these things that these kids may not have.
So they go online, they get the information, then the box is ready. They can bring it to Bethel when?
By November the 13th is our deadline, drop dead date. And then we have to make sure that they're all packaged correctly on the outside. And then we take them to and truthfully, I don't know where we take them, to be shipped to other places. People can donate to Operation Child. They can donate supplies. They can donate money for the $9 per box. Blah blah blah. So we're taking money for that also.
Okay. So that is on the website, I'm sure.
Yes.
And that is very timely because literally the 13th is just a few days away. Right. So they need to do that, get that. Okay, so what's next?
What's next? Well, we just came out with our second edition of Footprints, and it's a magazine that we have decided to print just to tell anybody and everybody who is interested in what we are. We are a congregation of people, of believers, but we kind of get down to the nitty-gritty in this magazine, and it is just a phenomenal magazine. It comes out 4 times a year, so about every 3 months or whatever. It kind of based on the season, but we're just really proud of it, and we have a group who are just they're just reporters and go-getters and whatever, and digging up information on we may even do an article on you and on this show at some point. That would be really
cool.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Now that comes out every 3 months, so obviously is there a schedule and stuff in there, or it'll cover through the end of the year with the holidays and everything, I would assume.
This will, and then the next issue we have to actually start prepping it in January because it'll come out in March when Lent hits. Okay. So this is Advent, then Lent, then we'll do Pentecost.
I see. It goes with the seasons of the church.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Got it. Okay,
yes,
good.
Yes.
All right, so we got that. What else is going on?
Let's see. We have a Thanksgiving Eve service. That is the night before Thanksgiving, so I believe that's on the 22nd. And the service is from 7 to 8 in the evening, and it's always a really good service to attend, and just kind of get you in the mode for Thanksgiving. And we're all so blessed here, and we have a tendency to forget when we hear of all the crap that's going on in the world. You know, it's just nice to just reflect on how truly blessed we are. You know?
So there's a service on Thanksgiving Eve. There's not a service on Thanksgiving, then.
There is not.
Okay, because that would be a Thursday, obviously.
Right.
So what else? What comes up? Because it's almost done. We're looking at December.
I know.
And it's amazing. There's a lot. Do you have a lot of? Good question. Do you have things going on in December?
Yes, we
do. You have
do.
Lots going on in December.
Have I got stuff for you? No.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
We have Advent services. Our church believes in having Advent and Lenten services midweek on Wednesday nights. So every Wednesday, starting with December the 6th, that will be the first midweek of Advent. We have three Advent Wednesdays with a meal before, which is really kind of cool. And everybody is welcome. It's not just Bethel people.
Right.
You know, come for the meal at 6 and stay for a short service. And truly, the service usually doesn't even last an hour. It starts at 7. Okay. It's just a good way to meet people and meet the community and whatever. Obviously, we have Advent services on Sundays. We have changed our worship services times now. We still have what we call casual service, casual worship on Saturday nights at
Saturday
5:30.
night, 5:30, which is unusual, and it's a really wonderful service.
It is fun. I love that service. I go to the fun ones.
Well, they're all fun when you go to Bethel. I know. Just want to make sure everybody knows. So you can go. Yeah.
Then on Sunday morning we have an 8:45 service, organ music and a little bit more traditional, for the most part. 8:45, and then we have fellowship, discipleship hour, or Sunday school, as we used to call it when I was growing up, from 10 to 10:55, and that's for everybody to learn. You know, we should never stop learning about God, what the disciples taught us, that Jesus told them. So anyway, that's real important. And then the last service is at 11:11.
It's
and
kind of unusual.
It is well, yes, and it's surprising. When it was at 11 o'clock, we would have people come in at like 11:09, 11:15, notoriously every week. So now I thought, okay, great, 11:11, they're going to be there on time. No, they come in about 11:20, 11:21.
But we want to make sure everybody knows we still want you to come to it.
Absolutely.
So just because you're running a little late does not mean you can't come to it. But I know what you're saying. Because when you give people a little bit of extra time, they think they've got extra time, and then they're still late. Yeah.
Well, that's our contemporary praise service, and it is real uplifting. It truly is. And I'm kind of prejudiced to the 5:30 and 11:11 because I sing at both of them just about every weekend. Yeah. And it's just fun. We have a fun group. Bethel's all about small groups, and each one of those services in our music departments are small groups, and we just really click. Speaking of small groups, we have a new one that just started, or starting up again. Yeah. Ladies Craft Night. It's going to be the first Saturday of every month. Okay. It starts at 6 o'clock and it goes to midnight. Midnight, yes.
Really? You guys
bring your own snacks and bring your own crafts and just kind of hang out with it's mostly ladies, but
I'm not big on crafting, so I'm impressed. They can do it for 6 hours?
Oh my gosh, yes. Once you get started on something, yeah.
Okay. Well, I know that you do great things, but I'm not that patient, I guess. So, but that's neat that there is that opportunity, because I know, whatever you do, if you're a knitting person, if you're a scrapbooker.
Well, it started out as a scrapbooking.
I was thinking it did.
For the last couple of years, and then they decided to open it up to the rest of us who don't scrapbook. I personally like to crochet, and I could sit and crochet for hours. I have a girlfriend who does all day long crocheting.
Really?
She's
probably quite good, or
she's very good.
She made everybody in the neighborhood blankets and sweaters. And, okay, go ahead.
Moving on, hanging of the greens. We always decorate for Christmas, and that's going to be the first Saturday after Thanksgiving. Well, December the 2nd. I don't know if that's the first Saturday or not, but anyway, from 9 to noon, and that's a lot of fun too. When we first joined the church, that was one of the first things that I decided I wanted to do. So I'm climbing the rafters that nobody else would climb. Well, I was the oldest one there, and I love to climb. So up behind the altar.
That's scary.
Well, yeah.
It's not something I would do, but
I don't think I'll be climbing this year. No, probably not.
No,
I'll keep my feet on the ground.
Actually, I think that would be the second Saturday after, because I think the 23rd is Thanksgiving, so it'd be another week.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. We have a holiday grief workshop that is actually this Sunday, and the holidays bring out a lot of joy, but they also bring out a lot of grief and a lot of concerns for a lot of different people for different reasons. Whether you've lost somebody this year or just going through a hard time or whatever. This is a really good workshop that we put on once a year, and it's led by Brenda Kenyon, and she's of the St. Vincent's Home and Hospice Health Group. And she does an excellent job from what I understand. But anyway, that will be this Sunday.
Yeah, I do think a lot of times we just think about the happy stuff, and we forget that there are people who they're not as fortunate. Right. So it's a very stressful time.
It is.
It might be monetarily, but it might also be, like you say, they've lost somebody and the holidays are not going to be what they have been in the past, or I don't know. number of things, but grief workshop is what it is. Holiday grief. Okay, so you could go to the website at Bethel Lutheran Church and .com. Sorry, I always say it so fast because I'm reading it. Oh, there we go. He's got some things right there. I think all the things that we're talking about, though, are usually there, and if they're not, they could call the church, and somebody will give them the information.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay, so we got the grief workshop this Sunday. What's next? Anything else?
Following Sunday, our assistant pastor, Al Schoonover, went to Malawi with a group of pastors this last summer to teach pastors over there how to preach, because they don't have any seminary, so they just decide they're going, okay, I'm going to preach. So they went over there to teach them for a couple weeks that they were there, and he's going to have a travelogue and a little symposium. He's going to show pictures of the environment over there and what these pastors have to go around, but they are the most joyful people from what I understand.
Oh, cool.
They don't have anything that we have. They don't have all the necessities of life, but they have joy and they have God in their hearts. So Al is going to talk about that on Sunday the 19th from 5 to 7. He's a little picture show or whatever, and there'll be snacks there, and he's kind of excited to do that. Let's see what else we have going on.
This is a great time of year to get involved in, whether you go to Bethel Lutheran Church or you go to any church. This is just a great time of year because there are all kinds of opportunities. And I know at Bethel you said it earlier, but you don't have to be a member. Just come and hang out. Go to an Advent service, or come for dinner and then go to the Advent service, or come on a Sunday. And I know you're talking about the services changing. I did some music a couple of weeks ago for the 8:45, which really we used to have a service at 8 and the service at 9:30. It kind of now is they've kind of molded, and I'm sure there's some people that are probably still trying to get used to that 8:45, but whatever. But there's different people at different services, different, obviously. But Bethel's just full of good people.
Yes.
So you're going to find all kinds of different things that you can do, and maybe one thing isn't your thing, maybe one time isn't your thing, but there's a lot of different options, and there's just a lot, and there's usually a lot of food too.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's the fifth sacrament or whatever. The third is coffee.
Coffee, okay. So food coffee.
We do have coffee fellowship every Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It goes on all morning.
Yes. So just find BethelLutheranChurch.com and it'll give you all the details on the services. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What else have we got? Anything?
Let's see. Preschool. I know you know that we have a preschool, and they have a program, their Christmas program, which is just amazing, and it's the sanctuary is just full. December the 14th, it's an evening from 7 to 8, and then they have snacks afterwards. So just come and cheer on the youngsters going to preschool. We've got repeat people and people who have their kids, older kids came, 6-7 years ago, and now they're back, and it's really kind of like old home week, it's fun. It's fun. So that's all I can. Oh, Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah.
Christmas is on Monday, right? So Christmas Eve is on Sunday. We're going to have a really busy Sunday weekend because we have a normal Saturday night service. It's not Christmas. It's not Christmas Eve. It's just the normal Saturday night service. Right. And then on Sunday we're going to have one service in the morning for Advent, and then Christmas Eve is going to be Sunday night. 3 services on Saturday night. One of them is the 5 o'clock family, and the kids actually lead that particular service. And then we'll have one at 10, and then one at 7, one at 10.
Yeah, so Christmas Eve is actually a Sunday, which is a little different.
It is different, yeah.
Yeah, so check out the website for that. I'm sure it's on there as well.
Right.
And then basically Christmas, it's all Christmas Eve services. So
that's exactly right.
Cool.
Right. By the way, this is our Bethel News, and we publish this and print it every week. We don't do bulletins anymore, so we have 3 inserts in here that as a welcome sheet that you can just tell us a little bit about yourself. That, you know, I came to this service, blah blah blah. I'm interested in this. So we list everything that I've mentioned there on the welcome sheet. Cool. We also have a prayer request. Prayers. You know,
yes.
If you're not praying for anybody right now, you should be. You know, there's just so many people out there suffering with illnesses and loss and whatnot. And then we have started taking notes during the sermon time. So we have little questions to kind of spur you on to help you do your studying throughout the week. We're trying to get as many people as we can back into the Word, because that's where it is. You know.
Well, we definitely need that, don't we?
Yes, we do.
This is a tough time in this world, definitely. Yeah. Now, Susie, I did kind of give you a little advanced warning, like right before the show started, but do you have a favorite scripture or something? I know you probably do. Susie does a lot of our scripture readings at Bethel, and she reads them very well. So, do you have any that you can, like, off the top of your head, just...
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
I like that one, too.
And that is Philippians 4:13, I think.
Yes, I think you're right. I think you're right. That's a great one. Yeah. So, there's all kinds of things we can do out there, but we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us.
Right.
We definitely thank Logan Street Signs and Banners and Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Peanut Gallery. Oh my gosh. We are so thankful to be here. And check out BethelLutheranChurch.com. Feel free to call the church if you have any questions, but all the stuff is there, and it's a very busy time at any church you go to. Right. But I know we'd love to have you come and visit us at Bethel Lutheran Church. Absolutely. Thank you, Susie.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving, which is
almost.
Right around. Not kidding. And then we'll be back early December to just kind of revisit all the Christmas things we did talk about. But this time of year is just a very festive, generally happy, although we do have the grief thing if anybody wants to and go check that out as well. We thank you very much, and we'll see you in early December for this month at Bethel Lutheran Church.
Yes.
Thank you, Susie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Enjoyed it.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.